Video games based on movies aren't big on subtlety most of the time. If something can be exploded, it usually is.
Firing in the terminal!
But though some games based on movies set at Christmas time beat you over the head with it, or at least beat this guy over the head with it, a lot of these Christmas set games keep the festivities quiet. Here are 6 movie tie-ins you would have no idea are set at Christmas. Basically the exact opposite of this video.
NYPD! Hey, this isn't even my jurisdiction!
Die Hard is the quintessential Christmas action movie set on Christmas Eve 1988. And Die Hard Trilogy, which was released in those glorious days when Die Hard was still just a trilogy, covers each of the 3 movies with a different style of play. Die Hard 2 is a light gun shooter, if you can remember what one of those is, and Die Hard with a Vengeance is a driving game. But the original Die Hard gets a third-person shooter set in the corridors of a bad guy-riddled office building. In the movie, the festivities are in full swing when Hans Gruber and his gang of high-tech thieves invade. But look, in the game there's not a single Christmas tree or seasonal decoration to brighten up the repetitive hallways of Nakatomi Plaza. You know, neglecting little things like that really reduces employee satisfaction.
Help me! Get the hell out of here!
That and being held hostage at gunpoint by a group of international thieves.
The original Home Alone came along at a time when every platform seemed to get its own uniquely rubbish tie-in whenever a big movie arrived. The thing that unites them all, though, is a general disregard for the fact the movie is set at Christmas. The Genesis version of the Home Alone game had some snow outside, but that's it, and the Amiga version featured a pumpkin in the basement, which is completely the wrong holiday. The SNES version is a slight improvement. It shows some Christmas lights on the exterior of the house, has some giant toy soldiers, and occasionally plays the Nutcracker Suite. Perhaps the money in the toilet and the pizza in the bathtub are Kevin's hidden Christmas presents? I'm clutching at straws here. Home Alone 2 on the SNES finally makes it right with a final boss battle with Harry and Marv in the branches of this terrifying haunted Christmas tree. And when I say makes it right, I mean, oh my god, I'm never buying a Christmas tree again. I think what Kevin really needs for Christmas is a visit from Child Protective Services.
It's not immediately obvious because Los Angeles doesn't have seasons, but buddy cop movie Lethal Weapon is actually set at Christmas time. And you certainly wouldn't know it from looking at the SNES game, which strips the Christmassiness out entirely. Given that the game was released a full 5 years after the movie, they probably just thought we'd forgotten. While we're on the subject of authenticity, Danny Glover's character Roger Murtaugh is far more athletic than we remember him being in the movie, though the game does get extra points for getting the bouncy volume of Mel Gibson's mullet just right. And does the game end with a poignant and heartwarming scene where Riggs visits his dead wife's grave and then spends Christmas with Murtaugh's family? No. It ends with an advert for Lethal Weapon 3 starring a bleached blonde Joe Pesci. I guess constant advertising for something that no one wants is sort of in the spirit of Christmas.
In the movie Gremlins, mild-mannered bank clerk Billy Peltzer is given a pet mogwai for Christmas and specifically told not to feed it after midnight or it'll turn into a gremlin. That's the premise of the 1986 Atari 2600 game too, in which you have to prevent falling mogwai from landing on top of a carefully arranged line of hamburgers. Maybe just pick up and or eat the hamburgers, although that is my answer to everything. More to the point, this isn't exactly the most festive scene, though to be fair, the poor Atari 2600 probably wasn't graphically capable enough to render a Christmas tree without bursting into flames. The vastly improved Atari 5200 version still doesn't have any Christmas in it, but it does allow Billy to slice gremlins up with a giant sword, which we do not remember from the movie. No idea why they never tried that, actually.
Did you know On Her Majesty's Secret Service is the Christmas Bond film? Not the one that gets shown on TV at Christmas, because that's all Bond films, but the one that's actually set at Christmas. Look, there's little George Lazenby sitting next to the tree hoping he'll get a dead Blofeld for Christmas. But when the story's retold in 007 Legends for Xbox 360 and PS3, the festive nature of the operation is completely forgotten. A bit like the fact that George Lazenby was James Bond, in fact. Instead, there's a bit of skiing, a shootout at a revolving restaurant, and a punch-up in a cable car, none of which occur anywhere near a Christmas tree. Don't give me that whole snow makes it look Christmassy thing either, because the Swiss Alps look like that 8 months a year.
Cobra is a 1986 film written by Sylvester Stallone, in which Sylvester Stallone plays a really cool guy called Cobra, Where does he come up with this stuff? The famous opening scene of the movie in the supermarket, in which Super Cop Cobra delivers the line, "You're the disease, I'm the cure," is clearly set during Christmas with decorations and tinsel everywhere. Compare that to the Commodore 64 game, where a constipated-looking Cobra roams the streets trying to avoid shotgun-toting and axe-wielding religious fanatics. Whatever this is, it definitely isn't Christmas. The best bit of the entire game is the fact that Jay Smith, whoever he is, rather generously gives himself the credit based on an idea by Jay Smith. You know, the Jay Smith who had nothing to do with the movie Cobra. Was the original idea, let's make a game of Cobra?
So there you go, 6 movie tie-ins that were secretly set at Christmas. If you're accidentally watching this video in July, don't worry. These games are equally awful all year round. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, have a very Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next time on Outside Xbox.